unsure. She's really been having trouble sleeping, so she's gonna crash. She might
That's
have
probably the best thing for keep.
She's really been having trouble sleeping, so she's gonna.
There we go. I think we got it. Hey, Stina, good to see you. Glad everybody's here. Sorry, guys, we changed up the time on everybody. If we got everybody a little bit messed up, we're trying to get a summer schedule figured out. We couldn't remember if we were at 7 and Barry was at 8, or if we were at 8 and Barry was at 7. So I threw it up there at 7, and we hope it works for the summer. So again, we're all trying to work on our sleep, getting to bed on time, and getting all those priorities set. So I just think 7, if we can go for it and try it, let's see how it works for a couple of weeks and do it that way. Everybody, we don't have any newbies over here.
We got one person over on YouTube. So, oh, wait a minute, we're up to 3 now. So
we might this might be a quick night, but we're just trying to get a schedule going for summer and trying to see what works. Checking in. We'll get the check-in started, so we won't be too late and too long tonight, but we're trying to get going in the fasting routine again. And as you can see, the accountability check that we're doing, I love the accountability. We're all checking in, but my body is still giving me fits and I'm struggling trying to get moving ahead, but we're going to keep pushing one step at a time. It's just, I think these meds make me feel like I'm hungry all the time. I know I'm not, but I'm struggling with it. So it's one of those things of, I did my injection this week and I think I feel jittery. I've got some family stuff going on that I'm just struggling with. I mean, there's just life is kicking in. So I'm trying to push as hard as I can, but giving myself some grace where I can. So that's kind of where I'm at. How are you doing? How you feeling?
I'm hanging in there. I've been on allergy pills for like 2 weeks, and I can't get away from them. I mean,
he's covered in.
Then I got into some serious poison ivy. I mean, it's all over both arms, across my chest, and everything. It was nasty. So
we're a hot mess.
We're a mess. But it is what it is. We try to push through as best we can.
Yep.
But we're there.
Over in the group, I love how everybody is using the accountability app. Biggest thing I'm trying to get everybody to understand, I got a lot of messages on, this is not for the paid group. This is for everybody to just check in, help each other along, encourage each other, read each other's wins and struggles. That's going to be something that helps everybody along. So just get in there every day and just look at the top of the post, because every day we'll have a new post that will have that day's date on it. So I know some people were confused about how and where to check in and everything, but try to just get in there, help each other along, encourage each other. That's really where we're going to win and just be a tribe. And that's where the beauty's coming in at. Some of the things we're working out on the back end here, we are almost ready to launch our new coaching app. So I am so excited for the next group going through the class with me. This will be for my paid coaching people, just so everybody understands. It's because I have to pay for this app and we pay dearly for it. So it's going to be a part of our coaching program for our paid people. It's going to be a trial thing this time. So I'm going to give some special deals. Anybody wanting to try to get in and help me with the guinea pig group for the first time through it. I'm going to be figuring out some discount things to help you through, and just to have your input coming back at me as I coach you through it on the other end. So I'm going to give some deals out this time. Be watching. I'll post it over on the website as soon as we get it up and ready. But we're just trying to get things up and moving, how we can have a good accountability check. The accountability check that we're doing over in the group is for everybody. The app is going to be pinpointed for specific. We'll have a beginner group, and then we'll have an advanced group. And eventually we're going to have the Keto Kids group over there too. So there's just going to be a lot of things of accountability and different ways we can check in and different ways we can keep on tabs on each other. So I'm just learning my way around the app. So as soon as I get through it, I'm going to share that with you guys to get you guys through it. So just keep watching in the group. We'll keep everything updated over there. And Stina, come tell us how you're doing. Come check in. We'll call on you first. Go ahead.
Well, I had some confessions because, me and National Donut Day had an event. So we got past that. That's very unusual for me, but in reflection, it was an emotional thing. It was something my husband and I used to do. And so we did it that day. And it was a coffee shop we usually went to. And we did one, but that was it. It's like, all right, done until next year. But recovery for me usually takes longer. And I was pleased to see that, keeping my carbs as low as I could, which is generally under 10 for me, finally got my chemistry back, which was good.
Nice.
Helps you recover quicker.
Yeah, and besides coming off of that, last week was a non-fasting week for me because I was getting ready to do a really deep stack of labs. So I did a 2 meal a day week, which I'm continuing with this week. And I think hopefully all things go well. If my numbers stay good, I'll go back to fasting next week. So that's my plan.
Good job. Good job. And
Yeah.
Stina, just know everybody listening, Stina's a pro. She knows what she's doing. So she knows how to establish her chemistry. She does.
Yeah.
She knows how to read her chemistry and she knows how to push. She's getting labs done. So anybody that's watching on that, don't be fasting through your labs.
No.
You get a bunch of markers that'll be out of whack on that. So you need to stay, what is that? Need to stay in your routine, but not a fasting routine during your labs. So doesn't mean you go off the rails. Doesn't mean she's adding in a bunch of carbs. She's just eating sensibly during the lab time. So good job, Stina. We got you. Jump back in. She'll jump back in the fasting routine again. She's a pro, so she knows what she's doing. The veterans know how to jump back in.
I'm human too, right? Just like all the rest of you, we have our days, and
yeah, we all do. But what a win! What a win from having a donut day. Yeah.
A year ago, it took me 3 months to crack a ketone. I was one of those people. It didn't turn around for weeks for me. In the beginning, for me, it took 3 months before I start to see my ketones move. So, anybody just starting out, it will happen. Just stay the course. It will happen.
It does. And that recovery time, and what that's showing in a year's recovery time for her, it's showing how much her metabolic health is stronger because she's getting back into her numbers faster this time. It's happening quicker and she's getting back in there. That's the metabolic flexibility we're all looking for. So she's getting it. What took her months to recuperate for last year is happening in days now. So that is huge. So that's a win.
That's awesome.
So that's what we're all trying to do, is to become metabolically flexible. It's not that, even the veterans, Wayne, Stina, myself, Lance, all of us that have done this, and Ben, Tanya too, life happens. So you don't have to be perfect in this, but you don't make excuses for yourself either. So it's a learning to jump back on. And how long is your recovery? How long is it taking? That's going to show how long your metabolic health is. Welcome, Katie. Welcome. Excited to have you here. Yes, the Facebook group is a great place to be. There's a nice little tribe over there in our Journey to Keto. Anybody that's not signed up in there, it's Journey to Keto with Tammy Lovacher. Go over there and join our group. Check in. The accountability check-in over there is free for everybody. Rebecca, you too. Any newbies on Facebook or anything, go to the group.
And I posted it. Journey
to Keto over there, and just come and check in. It's free. We just want to help encourage each other and get each other going on the right path. So we're on this together. Summertime's coming. All the parties are kicking in and cookouts are kicking in. Easy little things to remember is eat the meat. It's that simple.
Yep.
Don't make it harder than it has to be. You really don't. Okay, come on in, Wayne. Tell us how you're doing. Tell Miss Vicky we miss her.
Yeah, I think she crashed early tonight.
Yeah. Good.
I think things are going fairly well. The accountability group was a good idea for all of us from the standpoint of sometimes we do feel like we're on an island. We're the only ones that are struggling or not moving along. And
fall off.
A number of people that are in that group have numbers similar to me. So I wasn't really expecting that. I figured I was going to be the one down at the bottom of the barrel, and there's a lot of people down there with me. So
yeah,
the old misery loves company, but it's more of a standpoint of, you're not in this alone, and you are no different than most people.
Yep.
We generally think negative thoughts about ourselves, and that doesn't help anything. So the visibility of others' numbers, I hope mines are encouraging to the people that are there with me, just like they are for me.
Yep.
I started this week with a commitment level to track every day. I've been tracking when I've been doing well and not tracking when I'm not doing as well, which doesn't really give an accurate picture of things. So that is the one thing that I'm focusing on this week. I'm going to a tighter eating window, and I'm opening it up around noon. But at noon, what I did was I had a cup of bone broth and then a fat coffee. So I'm going to get an insulin response to that, but it's just taking care of the mental game that, hey, I'm supposed to be eating something, and it's getting my fat up and not really doing anything else. So that's,
Well, don't say
I
it's not
think,
doing anything, because when you hit that point of you get ready for that bone broth and that fatty coffee and you think, I don't need this today, you're making progress.
Yep.
When you get there, you're going to push through it and you're going to keep going, and you'll say, I don't have to do that today. And that's okay.
well, because I haven't been tracking well, I don't know if I'm really as good as I thought I was with my fat intake.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to include that for a period of time. My numbers in the morning haven't been great. High 200s to pushing even 400 at times. Now, when I got home from work today, I was really I wanted some feel-good numbers, so I did check them. And my glucose was down to 83 and my ketones were 0.9. So DBR just under 100. So that made me feel good. The main reason I did those, however, was that this happened today, and it happened one day last week, but I don't remember what day. I've broken out with a little bit of itchy welts on my arms and on my trunk. I've had allergic reactions to things in the past. I didn't know if this was pollen, but the pollen is a lot better than it has been around here than it was the last couple of weeks. Another thing that I remember hearing, and I don't remember who this was. I know it wasn't drboz, but it was somebody else that I listened to, talked about the fact that your body, when you are making fat, can store toxins and get them out of your bloodstream by putting them in your fat. Not ideal, but it gets it out of your bloodstream at least. And I'm wondering if I've broken into some fat and released some toxins that I might be having an allergic reaction to.
Possibly.
I did research on keto flu or keto rash.
Keto rash. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be that. It doesn't have the markers that.
But if you're spiking in and out, sometimes that keto rash can show up. And if you've had some higher glucoses, that high glucose can actually feed between that epidermis and the dermis where the layer is. So there may be a little bit of that, and a little, you got a combination going on.
I threw some antihistamines in me just to protect myself from, because I have had allergic reactions in the past where I've had to go to the ER for breathing issues. So I'm just a little paranoid about that. So
Sure.
I decided to take some antihistamines just to cut the edge off a little bit. But the point, I guess, I wanted to bring this up for group. I'm sorry there aren't more people here. But you're going to be experiencing different things when you change dramatically your way of living. And you got to give your body a break at times just to respect the major change that you're throwing at it. And you can't freak out about it. You got to just be patient and see what happens. Not saying not to go to the ER if your airway closes up, but but
it didn't get you. It didn't take you, 2 months to get to the point where you are. You've been eating a certain way for a certain period. Many years, and now you're trying to reverse all this, and that throws a huge curveball to your body. So your body may get used to it for a while, and then by you continuing to do it, you throw out another curveball. You stress it again, and a different response may come out. Something that's different, like your rash or whatever. But you got to be able to take it in stride and know that you're changing. And it's a great point to bring up.
And not all stress is bad. So, sometimes when we hit a plateau and we don't change it, our body quits changing, we've got to hit a new plateau by stressing our body. And that sometimes those stressors are good, whether that means closing your eating window and making it tighter, whether that means bringing those carbs down one more time, whether it means fasting for a little bit. Those are all good stressors that you got to learn the sequence of, but you still got to listen to your body. Like Wayne said, life's going to change. And when you're making this big of drastic changes, sometimes life just kicks you in the teeth. I mean, I've been struggling since my heart attack last year. It has not been an easy, my body is still struggling. And it's just not been easy. And you've got to take those things in stride. Just like Wayne said, you cannot beat yourself up because it's not going perfect right now. And for those of us that are used to running a pretty tight ship, it's annoying, it's frustrating, it's all of it. But it's like, again, you got to learn the balance of knowing your chemistry, where to push. Don't make excuses, but sometimes you just need some grace. And there's a fine line of not grace of, oh my gosh, I need a bowl of Cheerios,
but just holding the line.
But hold steady, hold space. And sometimes that takes us tag teaming. Sometimes he knows I'm struggling and I need him to hold space for me, and vice versa. He's not sitting here eating a meal in front of me when he knows I can't. We try to work together and help each other, and it really does benefit. Another good point for Wayne, he was saying, he's getting in there and sharing your numbers. And when you're sharing your numbers like that, just know there's always somebody behind you that doesn't have as good of results, that hasn't reached the level of ketosis that you have yet.
And maybe as bad as your numbers are, somebody may be looking up to your numbers,
to those numbers,
for a goal.
And remember where you started. I mean, remember where Wayne was a couple of years ago. His glucoses were in the 200-300s, and his DBRs were sky high too. And now when he jumps in and nails it, his numbers are getting great. That high glucose and stuff is really coming down, and it's become his new normal. Now he's learning to re-stress it to get it coming, but there's always somebody behind you. So don't post your numbers and don't share your struggles because you think, oh my gosh, nobody's going to be, I'm clear at the bottom of the barrel. Like Wayne said, he may be in the bottom of the barrel for his chemistry right now, but he ain't alone, because his chemistry bottom of the barrel may be somebody else's goal, and the same thing. There's always somebody in front of you to go look at. There's always somebody that's a little bit better and a little bit stronger that you can
throw out Kevin's name. He'll show off.
Yeah. I don't know if he's
I want to ask Wayne a question. So, and I think we were like this way. It's that when your ketones start going up sometime for the first time, you get the heartburn. Is that true?
I had that before, and occasionally I still can. I don't have it currently now.
So, because I would get the rash the day before, I would have that episode of the heartburn.
I'll let you know
All
tomorrow.
I'm saying is keep an eye out for it, because it doesn't happen now, but it used to happen when I would start to get those spikes that, I would get a rash, and then that I could almost predict that night I would have the heartburn. I have something I take for that, but I'd only have to do it for one night and then I was fine and I could keep making ketones. It's the strangest thing. It's like the first time I spiked. I don't know. Just thought I'd share that.
Yeah. And then the other thing, if going on a tangent a little bit with heartburn, for those that might not have researched it, is that one of the solutions that is out there for that is like the opposite of what you would think. They're suggesting apple cider vinegar to actually increase the acidity level in your gut, as opposed to dropping it with Rolaids or Tums. That it shows that it's actually your body is your gut is going nuts because it doesn't have enough acid.
It needs help.
Yep.
And that's exactly the opposite of what most people think of it. They think I'm so acidic and have indigestion because you have too much acidity. And literally what they're talking about is it's not enough hydrochloric acid. So you need to increase that acid. So I had it the other night too. I made a milkshake and had stuff too late. I went out and took a swig of apple cider vinegar. It helps me every time with it. But just changing that pH level in the gut and everything is the win in that. And if every time you take a Tums or a Rolaids or Nexium or anything like that, that's bringing that buffer system down, you're actually telling your body that it doesn't have to make that buffer anymore. It's doing the job of your body of bringing that finding that balance. So every time you take one of those, you're really setting yourself up for future problem. So it's one of those, be mindful, fix the problem. Don't just put a Band-Aid on it. It's going to help you temporary for a minute, feel better, but you're causing your body to think, I don't have to produce that buffer. I don't have to help your body heal and do that. So let your body do the work. So give it the best help you can without putting a Band-Aid and masking the problem. So good job, Wayne. Good job. Anything else?
I'm good.
Nope.
Good. Everybody, again, follow Wayne's numbers over there it's neat to watch. Some of the guys on here, their numbers really go. Oh, who did we lose?
We lose Stina.
Stina go. It really goes, everybody, the guys' numbers really go quick. So they're nice to watch. It's a good lesson to learn from. So Katie, Rebecca, Tanya, any of you guys want to check in that aren't on camera? Can you guys come in? Tanya, how you been? Can you come in and tell us? I know you're away from your phones. Rebecca, Katie, any of you want to check in?
Well, I
Even if
tell
you
you,
just-
I've not been checking in on the app, and I need to do that. And I apologize for that, but I just tell you, I've not been sleeping well, and
Yeah.
I get up and down all hours of the night, and so it messes with your numbers bad. And so anyways, when I get that lined out, maybe that'll be a little better. But I do take it because I got to know, I don't just, like put it underneath a blanket and forget about it, but it's just, they aren't real good. That's crazy. I got up at 2:00 the other morning and I thought, well, I'm going to test my numbers. And here we was like 140 something. And I thought, that's crazy. But and in bed, you can't sleep. Your body's it's just roaring, and it's hard to do anything about that. But anyways, I hadn't talked to you all for a while, and I am up about 15 pounds. And the thing about it is, you really, if you're not careful, you will
It comes on quick.
Oh, it does. Yeah. You think, oh, this will be okay, or that'll be okay. It's not okay. Get yourself
not
back
okay.
there. No.
How
No.
fast? We go backwards. It's sad.
And it's a struggle to get back to where you were. I mean, it really is. It's a mental struggle and a physical struggle to get back to, where you were. I was looking back at where I was, a year ago before my back surgery. I mean, that was probably the best I've ever been in shape. And I'm struggling to even get close to that again, even to get on track to get there. I'm more physically active this year, which is great. I love it.
Yeah.
But my system is so far out of whack than what it used to be. But I had more time, I guess, to focus on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you did. And I tell you, I think that once your body gets used to lower carbs and then you increase those carbs, it knows that it's not used to that many carbs. So you're either going to have to go down to 0 or go back to where you were, like if you're used to being, I don't know, 10 carbs or below, and then, you maybe get 12, 15 and right at the line at 20, my body just says, hey, I'm going to make some fat for you, honey.
I'm gonna store that
That's right.
for you. Yep. I'm with you. There is so many things. And Tanya's, first of all, the sleep. Everybody understand how important your sleep is. You are
Very important.
If that BDNF does not get raised, it only gets raised when you're in that deep sleep. So that BDNF is so important for your healing journey, making ketones, all of that. So the BDNF in the brain requires deep sleep. So sleep is so important. And I'm saying it because I need to hear it as well. So
she needs to learn it too.
It's hard. It's hard when you're one of those people that can't slow your brain down. It's hard to do, but it's so important. And I can tell night and day difference the following day, how my brain is working, because how I can work on the computer, how I can return messages and flip back and forth, building on the website and things like that. That really kicks in on the days that I've gotten deep sleep and I feel good. I can do it. On the days that I'm struggling to get my sleep in, I struggle when I wake up in the morning working on the computer and everything. So it is such a win. So Tanya, good job for noticing that on yourself and making that sleep a priority. Same thing with Ms. Vicky. She's under some stress right now. Things are going on. She needs to get that sleep in. That's really going to be detrimental to everybody's health. So it's just it's just what we all have to do. And that's part of making your health a priority. Hey, Gail, nice to see you, hon. Glad you made it. Look at you all tan and you sunny looking.
Wow.
Good for you. You look beautiful. Nice job. You want to come and check in for a minute? You got time?
Hey, how are you doing?
We're
Good. How are
So
you?
good to see you.
Yeah, we've just been vacationing, and
Nice.
Nice.
We were in British Virgin Islands on a sailboat, so that's where the tan came from. And then 5 days of camping, so the weather was nice, so there's some more tan. But yeah, it's been hard to stay on track when you go on vacation. So
Yep.
It's all right. It's all right. You look
But
great though.
you gotta decompress. You gotta get your mind right too. So there's
yes, yeah.
there might be
I haven't seen you guys for quite a while, so I thought I'd just pop in and say hi. And yeah, glad you guys are here. So
that's
Well,
awesome.
good. Come
Thank
over
you
in
for
the
coming.
group. Yeah, come over in the group and check in. We need some veterans over there to keep everybody pulling along. So we got a accountability check over there. So come and check in, Gail. Tell everybody how you're doing. It's good.
yeah, I could do that. Yeah, awesome. I'll just
Thank
listen
you.
in though.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, awesome. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Enjoy that vacation.
Yes, boy,
But-
sunshine. We need that. I think I'm as white as my shirt.
Lance is usually all tan and buff by now, and he's struggling. Us albinos are struggling. Yeah.
Tammy, one of the things I could throw out there for sleep that for those of you that were at KetoCon back in April, there was one product that was sold there that I kind of regret buying because of the price. It is a little steep, but the Brain Tap, Vicki and I have been both doing some of the sleep sessions right before we go to sleep, and going to sleep is very much easier with that
Nice.
than
Good
without
to
it.
know.
I've
Good to
had-
know.
I track my sleep with a Fitbit, and the amount of deep sleep I'm getting is up tremendously because of it. Well, using it, the nights that I've used it as opposed to not using it, I've had much more deep sleep. So I'm going to draw the correlation. But the REM sleep hasn't increased. So I got to do a little more research with that. But
That's right. The deep sleeps, that delta rate level is the level that really matters for the BDNF. So that's awesome.
yeah, so that
REM will come.
that's a product that seems to be working for me, and it's been helping Vicki as well.
Good.
REM sleep, your body does other restorative things during that period, so that's important as well.
Mhm.
But for whatever reason, that's not kicking in right now.
You'll get there, but that's just cool to know because that Brain Tap was a neat little thing down at the convention, and it's just nice to know that. So anybody that's wanting to get it, I'm hoping that'll be one of our next investments. So good job. You have to keep us all posted.
For the past 2 weeks, Benadryl has been my go to sleep medicine.
We don't need the Brain Tap. We just
I don't
tap
need
him out.
brain tap. Benadryl is it.
Tap him out with some Benadryl. It works every time, right? Good job, Wayne. Thank you.
Yeah, good
Katie, you
point
want to
though.
come check in?
Hi, Katie.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Hi. So like I said in the chat, I'm just trying to get healthy and trying to understand this whole keto world. Like it is so much information. It's fascinating to me. Started with drboz YouTube videos, came across it one night and was like, oh, what is this? So the whole macronutrients, protein, fat, it's obviously the app totally helps. Otherwise I would be even more confused, but baby steps. So
You said it
excited
right there. You said it right there. Baby steps. Don't get overwhelmed because there is a huge pile of information here. And the way the information is all scattered, it's how deep into ketosis and what you want to do in your health journey. Just make sure, because you can dabble in it a little bit, or you can get really serious. And we're more on the serious side of it. We're here to heal your body and heal different things that takes effort. So we're not here to lose, like my wife says, we're not here to lose 20 pounds or fit in our skinny jeans. We're here to make some serious difference.
No, that was 20 years ago. I'm past that.
Right? Most of us are past that worry right now. I'm just trying to stay alive. Seriously.
Right. And
But
feel
just-
better, more
Yeah.
energy.
Exactly.
You don't realize you lose that over time. And that's where I started realizing, like, why do I need a nap almost every day? Why am I not sleeping very good at night? And that's how I kind of came onto this. I don't have any, well, not that I know of, any major things, but would like to get ahead of that, of course, and
Yep.
get
Yep.
more.
Preventative.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome to our group.
Welcome. And just know too, when with that wealth of information, this whole keto world feels like it's overwhelming when you first get in, because you're like drinking information from a fire hose. I mean, it truly is that blasting it at you, but just know, take it one step at a time. And that information that is working for you right now, it's going to change when you hit the next level. You know, every 3-4 steps of this journey, your steps need to change a little bit. And that's the healthy stressors. That's the good stressors that we're talking about to move it forward. If you go 3-4 steps and you're doing great in it, your body's going to plateau out and say, okay, I got this. And it's going to kind of stop working. And that's when you know it's time to push to that next level.
Next level.
And so don't try to absorb it all at one time. Take it, the steps that you need for right now, and do it till it stops working. When it stops working, then you kind of know it's time to step forward. In fact, that's even the new app that we're getting ready to launch. That's why we've broken it down into beginner steps, like a 6-week process to get your chemistry correct, to teach you all the basics, to get your foundation laid under you. The second half of it is more the advanced and intermediate and advanced, where then we're going to teach you how to push. Then we're going to teach you how to push forward. But if you don't get these chemistry shift done at the beginning first,
you need your base, because you'll go back to your base later in your journey just to do a reset or whatever. You need to come back to that base and know those basics in and out.
Got to know how to do the basics before you can move forward. And if you push through them, because God knows most of us veterans, especially us girls that are on here, the veterans that have pushed through the beginning steps too fast, you will crash and burn and you have to go back and start over. So it really is important. I'd rather see you take twice as long on the beginning steps and get them down pat. Get your chemistry working. For us girls, it's getting those hormones working. The guys kick in so much faster than we do. They still have to do the work and they still have to do the steps just like we do, but their hormones will kick in so much faster than us girls north of 40 and 50 years old. I mean, it's just harder.
We'll see quicker results.
Yeah, you'll see the results. They still have to do the work.
Yep.
But they will see results so much faster than we do. And it's one of those things, we have to be fat adapted. We have to get those hormones fat and happy before we push forward. So Katie, don't get overwhelmed with the information. Take it one step, master it. When you've got that step down, then go to the next step, master it. And
again, don't throw too much at your body. One step, get down to 20 carbs. Just do that.
Just making sure I can get the carbs down. And
the
first week was hell.
Right? It is.
I'm an addict for sure.
Yep.
Well, stay on that step until you're comfortably there.
So you have it mastered.
Until you have that mastered, and then go to the next step. But just every choice you can choose not to put carbs in or put any sugar in. If it's as simple as that, if you just start with, hey, I'm going to take out all the sugar. So every choice that you have where you have a choice to take away sugar, just do that. That's a first step. Then you build that and say, okay, now I'm going to take away even more carbs and more. And you build on yourself. It grows.
It grows.
But you're going back and you're changing however many years of learned behavior.
Right.
It's going to take a little time. So don't just hang in there.
Another thing I remember at the very beginning when we were so overwhelmed and we're thinking, good Lord, how does anybody live like this? I remember the kids were all over for dinner and everybody's kind of sitting there. And it was that time normally you just go, you throw some stuff on the grill, hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever. And I remember everybody here ready to eat and me looking at the kids like, okay, what the hell do I feed you? Like, I know now what not to feed you, but good Lord, short of a chunk of meat, what do I do with you people? And it's like, we're talking my big kids and my grandkids. And it was like, it's those learning steps. And I remember thinking, how in the heck do you feed a family and stay under 20 carbs? Like, to me, it was ridiculous at the beginning. And now I bet you even when my kids are here, we're under 10 carbs. It's easy. It becomes second nature. And especially when you start eliminating the things in your kitchen.
If it ain't here, you can't eat it.
There you go.
Right.
If it's not in the house.
Again, you change that learned behavior.
It takes time. You'll get there. Gail, did you have a question, hon?
Thank you.
No, you were talking about getting your baseline, and I said prime example is like going on vacation, and if you don't have a baseline to go back to, because like we went on a trip for 10 days in the Virgin Islands, so I was going to enjoy it. But you've got to be able to come back to that, that base. And if you don't have that good base, you're gonna flounder. You're just gonna. And the other, like you were just saying, I think when I started this, there was no drboz defined and stuff like that. So it's Dr. Berry, Dr. Berg, all these ones, but there's so much information. Just stick to one plan, because you get overwhelmed, because this one wants you to eat 150 grams of protein, and these are telling you 20 grams of protein. You know what I mean? You can't listen to them all, because then you just don't know what to do. You just got to stay on one course.
You do. You really do. And
otherwise,
Gail's a veteran in this too. So it's one of those, most of my veterans here, you will hear us all say, put your blinders on. And stay the course, because if you read and look and watch and listen, not that Dr. Berry doesn't have great information, not that Dr. Berg doesn't have great information, all the different ones out there, but until you learn your chemistry, the beauty of Dr. Boz's program is you learn how to read your body, your chemistry, then you can go see what works for you and what don't, because you know how to juggle your numbers and listen to your chemistry.
When you have that base.
You have to have that base. It's so important.
And then when you learn your body, like her body is totally different than my body.
We can eat the exact same thing.
And we go two different directions, but we know that, and we know how to function in that.
Yeah.
So once you have that base, then you'll know your body, because you're going to be different than Gail, which is different than Wayne, which is different than Rebecca. I mean, everybody's body is different, and everybody's way of living and
reaction,
learned behavior and reaction is all totally different. So what works for me may not work for Wayne, but would work for Gail and not work for Tammy. So there's just a lot of things there. So you have to kind of wade through that in a patient manner.
But learning how to read your numbers and the inflammation in your body is what the beauty of this is because you can apply this to yourself, your individual chemistry. And it's not the same for any two people, so once you learn that, then go juggle and go where you want to go. Go try and see, there's people out there that can do a few the fasting, what do they call it? Not the fasting, where you flex in and out and you go different, you do a little bit more carbs and then other days you go in and out. Carb cycling. Yes.
Carb cycling. Yeah.
I would hang myself if I tried to carb cycle. It just would not work. Like it would just be shooting myself in the face and be awful. So it's one of those things I could never do that. Somebody with a healthy mitochondria and a healthy metabolism
might be able to get away with
it. My numbers tell me,
And it's what goal you want too.
Yeah.
And it's the goal that
what's your goal?
That's where you set it.
Perfect win this week, or perfect learning lesson this week. I was trying to give up my heavy cream in my coffee because it's the one thing I love. It's the one little treat that I still have. So we went and bought, didn't have any of the coconut cream that I usually buy. So we got an almond coconut cream kind of
almond coconut
mixture concoction of something. And of course I turned it around and it's got an ingredients list about yay long on it. And I'm like, I should have known right then. I should have just left it alone, skipped through, forgot about it, brought it home, put a little bit in my coffee, woke up that next morning with like a glucose of 125. Only thing I did different. And it was just but I looked at it. It was a process. There's probably not a coconut oil or coconut fat in it.
Probably wasn't a real piece of coconut in there.
I should have known. When the ingredients list has 4, 5, 6, 7 things in it, it just needs to stay on the shelf.
Put it back on the shelf.
My body can't handle it. So it was, it was like, okay, I'm trying to get away from it. I should have stuck with the heavy cream. I should have just stuck with the real thing and not added a processed food back to my body. I know better. I thought I would try something. It didn't work.
But we learned from it.
I know now. I know exactly what it does to my numbers. It's just one of those things. So you keep learning, get those basics under you first before you push forward. Anybody wanting in that, keep in mind, I am going to start my next coaching group here. I'm hoping within the next week or so. So watch the group pages. I'll keep putting stuff up there. Anybody that wants some personal private coaching and stuff like that, let me know. I'm going to try to get a beginner class going and an advanced class going. So and I'm hoping to get our new app launched. So that's what we're excited about. So we'll have a coaching app. We're going to be able to.
Not like we're busy or anything.
Right. We're trying to get it all done at one time. Come on in, Rebecca. Do you want to come and check in?
Sure. So, this is my first support group ever.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you.
keto. No, so I started probably last January. I just started doing intermittent fasting and didn't really do keto or anything. And because I had just gotten like as big as when I was pregnant, but I wasn't pregnant. And so I think over the course of the year, I lost probably 10 pounds, 15 pounds. I think I've gotten up to like 20. And somewhere in there, I transitioned into keto a bit, got exposed, like it's kind of overwhelming, all the resources, and got introduced to drboz and Dr. Barry. And so I think for me, I mean, I have so many questions. I think I've kind of gone in and out, like one of the ladies was saying. And so I was doing really well for like 6 months. And then I kind of fell off the wagon. And then I got back on and just recently fell off a little bit again. But then I got my A1C number back. And it was 5.9. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get back on. And I think a lot for me, the motivation for me is also my husband. He he's a better A1C than I, 5.5, but he's got like the arteries are a little bit swollen, or not swollen. I don't know the terms for it. He's just got like, he's got a coronary artery calcium score of 4, but his aortic root is a little bit like, what's the word? Like inflamed or.
Okay.
And so I mean, we told the doctor we're not gonna do medication because we want at least a year to kind of try to reverse it. And then, take labs, and hopefully we're doing the right thing. But anyways, so we've done some sardine fasts, and I've done like 72-hour fasts as well. So I'm kind of just on this journey, and hopefully I'll get more consistent. I guess for me, it's that falling off thing, how to get back on quicker, and how to, after fasts, not kind of
Don't reward.
Celebrate.
yeah, celebrate and then like ruin all your gains,
Exactly. You have to go
So-
through that. You have to go through that process a couple times to really ingrain it in your brain, because you work so hard for those 3 days, and in
Yeah.
a span of an hour, you trash it.
I know.
And it's like, then you're like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And you have to go through that a couple times before it cements in your mind.
We
that
all have.
I'm not going to do that anymore.
Not going to undo 3
I
days
don't
worth
think
of
it's
work.
cemented. What?
I don't
I
want
wish
to
it was cemented.
3 days of work by one day and one
Yeah.
meal. It used to be one meal. I
know.
think
You
we
can
undid.
crash it in one meal.
I
So
know.
you'll get there. And again, it's one of those steps of learning to progress forward. You're going to learn that you don't have to celebrate. First of all, you're not dying, you're not starving, you're not whatever, and you will get there, and you'll realize that.
You'll celebrate by feeling better, feeling
yeah.
good.
Then it becomes incentive. Then that snowball kind of gets going in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, I think the A1C number was a kind of a wake-up call for me.
Yep.
All right.
And it goes back to what she said, is what is your why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing, get down to the nitty gritty and find out what is your why? Why am I doing this? Or why am I interested in doing this? What for?
Yeah.
when you
I
get
think for
down to
me,
that-
it's like family health and
Then-
trying to, yeah. And then, so I'd be curious, Tammy, to hear what you did, that transition from looking at your family and saying, what in the world am I going to feed you, to actually figuring out what to feed everybody, because I think for me, that's a challenge too. I want to help my daughters, my teenage daughters. I see, oh my gosh, they're like already sugar addicted,
Yep.
But then what's the alternative? Like meat? you know?
No, but first of all, it's always one of those things I say, this isn't something you can do to somebody, but you got to do it with somebody. And, whether that be my big kid, my big kids, I'm saying, are in the 30s, and my grandkids, are coming teenagers here. But it's one of those things, you got to do this as a family and lead by example. First of all, that's always it. You got to stay the course, whether they're on board or not. Second of all, if you don't bring it into the home, they can't eat it. That helps tremendously. So, and I don't say go throw everything away.
If you're buying the groceries, there you go.
You have the upper hand. But as something wears out or finishes off, you just don't replace it. So instead of a bag of chips, you're going to buy a bag of pork rinds. Instead of a nasty processed crappy cereal, you're going to buy some eggs and bacon. You're just, you start switching them, and you're going to give them options that they can still still enjoy. You're not going to cut their throat with everything at one time. My grandkids now do it, and my grandkids know how to do it for themselves. So instead of the sugary pops and the Gatorade and the sports drink, I buy the ketones and put the ketones in, in their drink bottles and stuff. Instead of crappy little packs of cookies and donuts, we buy meat sticks and cheese sticks. They're not perfect. The meat sticks are processed a little bit, but it's still better than a bag of chips or a bag of cookies.
You got to take your wins where you can get them.
So you do what you can do. But as far as a meal goes, I was a fruit and veggies person. I used to send my kids to school with fruit smoothies every damn day. I thought smoothies and veggies were going to heal everything. And that's what I believed. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the book Fit for Life. That was my go-to for decades. I love the
nothing but fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and veggies were awesome, and I was like, yeah, that's why I'm hypoglycemic and, can't, whatever. It's a mindset. But when I realized my kids are not going to die if I don't have fruit and veggies on the table every day, they're actually going to feel better. They're going to look better. They're going to act better. The temper tantrums are better. The moods are better. Eat the meat, add the fat. Anything else, if you want a little bit of a crunch or a salad, make a little bit of a salad if you need to. Keep it simple.
Put a fat in there too.
Make it so simple that it's not a lose. Make a big old, if the kids are coming over, they love taco salad. I'll make taco salad, throw
guacamole on there.
Guacamole, stuff like that. Veggie smash burgers on the grill, big old bacon cheeseburger on the grill. Alfredo chicken,
Yep.
Just change it up, make it simple, but don't make it hard, and don't beat yourself up. Just start one step at a time as that ball starts rolling.
Yep. One choice at a time. One instance where you can put in some healthy fats and some meat as opposed to carbs and sugar. Just one place.
When your teenage kids wake up on Saturday morning, instead of Pop-Tarts and a bagel and a glass of orange juice,
scrambled eggs and bacon. Who
doesn't love bacon?
Seriously.
Give them some scrambled eggs and bacon, some cheese on it, something like that. Keep it simple, but don't just deprive and pull everything away. Give them options. And I'll tell you, my granddaughter races a junior dragster now. And I'm telling you, when she's beating the boys on her reaction time from the tree to her hand, to her brain, to her hand, it's one of those things. It really helps for her to be able to see it now for herself. So it's not us doing it to her. She wants to do it and wants in ketosis to do this and beat the boys. Maddox is my numbers boy. He wants to find your kids as currency. Maddox wants to know how far under 20 carbs a day he can have. He loves the math.
And he's what? How old is Maddox?
10, 11.
10, 11 years
10.
old.
So
he's like, how low can I go?
Your kids will get there. Like I said, lead by example, and then just get that ball rolling. And as the crappy things wear out, don't replace them. So it's not an all of a sudden.
And don't forget your why.
Go back to your why. And it's generational health. Hello, Linda. Come on in. And
thanks
Rob.
for being here, Rebecca. Yeah. And Katie.
Yes, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming in.
We're
going to be here every week.
Hi.
Nope, we got an echo. Somebody's got us on twice.
I think it's Linda.
Still an echo? I'm off of mute now.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Yes.
That's weird. Your speaker is picking our voice up.
Okay.
Okay, we got some. No, we gotta fix that.
Want me to put it back on mute?
No, because I want you to come and check in.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Keep going. We'll listen to you.
Okay, sorry we're late. We were busy booking flights for our grandkids to come visit us from Virginia.
Woohoo!
Yeah, looking forward to that.
I think we were a little bit early today. So
Okay, so we made up for it.
that's right.
Okay.
Come check in. Tell us how you're doing.
Doing good.
Doing good. We made up a big batch of bone broth this weekend,
Nice.
and we decided we're going to hit it hard and heavy today, which we did. We're starting with like a 3-day ground beef.
Beef and butter, beef and whatever.
Beef and butter, just eating beef and butter. Yeah. And plus we're doing bone broth with it. We thought we'd go ahead and do that.
Good deal.
And Linda ordered a
detox.
Yeah, a detox, a 3
Prep body brain detox. Have you heard that?
prep body brain detox.
No.
I guess
Dr. Pompa uses that,
Oh,
but it's not through him, but it's through another chiropractor.
nice.
So
But it's the same
That's
ingredient.
how it goes.
Yeah, we will do that.
Nice.
so that's where we're at.
Good
Getting
job,
it-
guys.
Getting it back.
Good.
And I had Frank's hot sauce on my ground beef today. Yeah.
That's good stuff, bro. That goes good on eggs. That goes good on sausage, sardines, anything.
Yeah, I like it on the sardines.
Just haven't tried
And
it
when
with
we-
coffee yet.
When we do the ribeye steaks, we're able to get, even the guy at Walmart will get a ribeye, and I've gotten to know him. His name is Jose. He won't take a tip from me.
Sam Club.
Oh, Sam's Club, yeah. And but he'll go ahead and cut it in half for us.
Nice.
And we really like them. They're, thinner.
Thinner.
They cook up nice that way. We can still get them kind of medium and just put some butter on them and
Nice. Yes.
just go for it. Yeah.
All right, now I'm hungry.
All right.
You're not in the middle of a fast, are you?
We're gonna
Yep.
we're trying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll shut up about the food.
Oh shoot.
Oh, welcome back. Glad you're back. We've missed you. I just want to tell you guys too, Linda and Rob, I know you guys just came in. Anybody else, go over in that group and check in if you can. And
We have a check-in every day for
Yep.
21 days.
every day for 21 days to try
And
to
we
just
are-
go in.
And we are on day 5 because it's the 5th of June.
So we started on the 1st and we're trying to go every day to check in. Just go in. And what we're trying to tell everybody is there's always somebody behind you and somebody in front of you. So come in, share your numbers. Even if you're struggling, we still want to know, come in. That's going to help somebody and just encourage somebody on the other end if that needs it or help pull somebody along. So we all need a little bit of accountability right now. And we're excited
And that's in the Facebook group.
over in the group. So let us know what you need or how we can help you, but come on in and cheer each other on and pull each other over the humps.
I have to throw some of my bad numbers up there now.
Right. We're all in it together. We all keep thinking nobody's worse than mine. Nobody's worse than mine. It's like, yeah, we all keep.
I'll pull a Wayne and say, oh man, I don't want to post that number.
It is. It's
Curve
hard.
breaker.
It is. It's hard. Got any questions over there?
No, actually,
Everybody pretty quiet.
YouTube's pretty quiet. I think
Everybody-
everybody's listening in.
Everybody's listening. Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, just know, oh, that was Wayne. Just know we're all here trying to help each other. We're trying to get back on track. We're getting ready to start the next group through. Anybody wanting in, hopefully, like I was telling everybody, we're going to be hopefully launching our new app, accountability app here in the next week or two. As I learn my way through it, I'm going to take a first group of selected a number of people that I can manage with the new app, and we're going to let you guys be a guinea pig. So I'm going to give you some good discounts coming up to be able to get in and have a daily accountability. So it's basically you're going to have me in your pocket in the app, where you'll be able to message back and
It's
forth.
pretty
to
cool
me.
app. Pretty cool app. It's an actual app.
as we build it and get it going. So you won't have to go to a website. You won't have to go to Facebook. For anybody not wanting Facebook, this is going to be the answer.
You slide open the app and there you are.
You'll get in the app and you will get straight to us. So those are things that we're working on. It's a little bit of a slow process having to learn the behind the scenes again of it, but we're so excited to be able to do it. And it's one of those things you're going to be able to keep me handy with you. We're going to have grocery lists over there, shopping sprees, how you can do it, just like everybody was talking about what you can do, how you do feed it, each other, different levels you can check in. It's a daily checklist. So it's also going to be one of those things. Did you check your numbers? Did you get good sleep? Did you, drink your water today? Are you getting your minerals in you? All those kind of checklists and stuff like that, that it's just going to be able to, and it'll come right back to me. So I know, so I will know where you're at. It's not going to be a guessing. So short of not filling out the app or the checklist, I will know where you're at. And then that little link with your Keto Mojo still will link to the dashboard. So I will be able to see your glucose and ketones, where your numbers are going over there. Then with the app and the checking in, I think it's going to be a good thing where you're going to have more of me in your back pocket than you ever wanted, I'm sure. But it's one of those things, I think that's where we can all help each other through and help each other along. So any questions? Anybody have anything tonight we haven't covered or answered? Anything?
I want to throw something out to Rebecca and Katie, since they're new. You can check us out on Facebook. We do have a channel or a group there. Journey to Keto with Tammy Laubacher. Kind of look that up. We also have a website called Journey to Keto. .com. You can check us out there. And we have a YouTube channel too. So, I mean, we got a lot of different places where you can grab some information, get some background on us, whatever you need to check us out.
I will ask you too, anybody that does need to order anything for supplies, we're building out the website over there. So if you go to journeytoketo.com/Tammy's favorites, go over there, just about any supplies that we personally use, from ketones to vitamin D to the Keto Mojo, our coffee pot that we love, our Chemex machine that we love so much. Everything we use, I am trying to put over there, and there's links, and those links help us out a little bit. Most of them are affiliate links, and it helps us a little bit for you guys to use those links. It doesn't cost you anything to use them, but It gives us a little bit to add up over here to let us be able to keep helping you. So we really do appreciate anything you need to order. If you don't have a link for it, text me, I'll get you a link, but just go to journeytoketo.com. I have them broke down over there on the pages. If you're just beginning or you have kids, we have a beginner and kids page that are favorites. That's some things that are a little bit more lenient than what I can use. So my favorites are pretty strict, pretty much the level that I have to stay at. But we do have the beginner level that has a few things on it that I can't personally use, but they're there if you need anything. And it really does help us out. So we appreciate it. Anything like that you need, just journey
and
to
supplies.
Keto.
I mean, if you need some more Keto Mojo strips, we got a link there for those. So, or you need a Keto Mojo meter, we got a link for there. So
we're getting there. It's growing as we learn to build it up and get it launched. We'll have more and more resources over there, but we want it to be your one-stop shop to be able to go grab anything you need is over there.
Yeah. And that's journeytoketo.com.
That's it. Eric and Michelle, come check in. Go ahead. Rob, jump in.
Oh, let someone check in. I got a question. It can wait.
Oh. There you are. Hey. Hi.
How you guys? How you doing?
Hey.
Good.
We're doing
good. That's like the rest of us. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I think we're all rowing in the same boat right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just got home from busting my butt for 8+ hours to get to mow the lawn before the rain starts pouring.
Attaboy.
That's always fun, right?
Right. I hope it don't rain here for a while, because my top's off my Jeep, and it's a hard top.
Been about 7 days of rain on and off. Like Sunday rained probably from 3 a.m. till about 2 p.m.
Wow.
Sprinkling, drizzling, and then come down hard. Yeah, there's so much water. Church parking lot was just a flood.
Yes.
Yeah. So
how's your journey going?
What's this journey of which you speak? Yeah, it's not only did we jump off the ship, I think we burned the ship.
Uh-oh. Here it goes.
It's not that bad, but it's not good. I mean,
Hey, join the crowd.
yeah, it's not good. So we went on vacation. I don't even know when we went on vacation. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, before Memorial Day. We had about 36 hours before we rolled out that we decided to do it and start getting things ready for it. That did not include snacks and things to better food choices. So we kind of went off the rails, not off the rails terribly, but every day there was something we normally wouldn't have eaten, pizzas and burgers with buns. And I mean, it's all good food, but too much
Other stuff.
What's that?
It's the other stuff you add to it.
Yeah. So trying to get back, I started a new job last Tuesday. Trying to figure out eating around that, starting to get tired of pot roast myself, but need to come up with other ideas for lunch. I don't know if I like the OMAD because you're cramming so much food in such a short period of time, trying to get it done in a lunch break hour type of thing. So yeah, there's just a whole lot of
logistics you got to work out.
A lot of things that I'm not sure I'm liking what's going on right now.
If you're finding yourself in a spot that you're struggling like that, the best thing I tell you is just hit pause. Just don't go backwards, but just hit pause until you know your body. When you're ready, you will be, it's like, okay, I got this, I'll move forward. But if you keep pushing faster than you're mentally or physically ready to go, you're going to crash and burn sooner or later and go back anyways.
Yep.
So just pause until you master the step you're on. Stay right there. And if that means you're at a 4-hour, 6-hour eating window or whatever that means, hold tight, hold the ship right there until you master it. Once you master it and you're ready to move forward, then it's like, okay, I got this. Now that may be a week, a month, a day, whatever, or it might be a season. You know, it's just, you got to go where if life's kicking you in the teeth every day, it's not a good day. If you got the weight of the world on your shoulders and your stress is sky high and your job stinking and family troubles or whatever, all that's going crazy.
Don't add one more.
Yeah.
Stick to the fire.
All the above minus the family troubles, right? It's just
right.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have any.
That's the good part. Just the stress though from work and everything, you're trying to learn all this stuff. It's just, everything is just so overwhelming right now. And I kind of came to the conclusion today, I think that the OMAD type of thing, I mean, it's not even OMAD because I drink the fat early and then I have my fat drink and then a couple hours later I'll have my coffee, heavy fat with that. So about 1:30, I'll start eating my big meal. But even that is just.
Then first of all, Eric, I'll tell you, go back and watch the beginning of this because we talked about it. Go to the level that you're at and don't stress more than you need to.
Yep.
Stay there till you're ready. When your body is truly ready, you'll be ready to walk off and take that next step up. And you'll add a good stress. But coming off a vacation, coming off of a season of life, whatever.
A new job and a new schedule.
It is truly hard. So set yourself up for success, not to fail.
Pull one of those irons out of the fire. You know, you don't need all that in there right now. Just go back to calmness a little bit.
Yeah.
What time did you guys start?
We started at 7.
7.
Oh.
So we got an hour in on you already.
You're Eastern Coast.
Oh.
Eastern time zone, right? Sorry.
Yeah,
That's okay.
We changed
took
it
a
up
shot in the
without
dark
meaning
today,
to.
and we changed it without meaning to. But
I think
I think we're gonna stick to it at 7 o'clock. That way, it seems to work pretty good for everybody.
Okay. We'll probably be joining
like 5:30ish or later.
That's fine.
7:30ish, quarter to your 8 type of thing. Because when I come, I gotta take a shower.
We get off work at 5.
Oh, no problem.
I'm nasty, disgusting, filthy, and I couldn't even. I'd hate myself for sitting on her couch as nasty, dirty as I get.
She'd kick your butt.
Yeah,
that's the other way around.
She'd kick your butt earlier than this, but not at the last minute. Yeah.
You got it, but check in, but go back and watch the replay. We'll get it posted here tonight, but it is a lot of, that's kind of where we're all at for whatever reason at different stages and different levels. But it's, again, hold tight till your body is ready to move forward. I'm having to do the same thing, and I've done this for 4 years. It's just one of those, I can't get to that. I'm on a mission to those 72s.
And she's
I'm
frustrated. I mean, it's frustrating because we were there at one point, and now we just keep hitting roadblocks and roadblocks and roadblocks. And it's just like, you know what? Time. Just we're gonna go with what we got.
I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, I feel that frustration. Because I mean, I've been doing intermittent fasting type of for 2-3 years type of thing. And now I feel like every step forward, 2 steps forward to 2 steps back to then another step back to try to get my footing down. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yep. And I think there's something too for any of the veterans that are on here, anybody that has done the 8 weeks in a row of 72-hour fast, anybody that has ever done that, you know what a rock star you feel like at the end of that. That's my goal. I want that feeling back. And it is such a good feeling of that is the best. I know I'm making progress. I know I'm healing. I know things are changing. And it takes those 8 weeks of 72s consecutively, not on a week, off a week, skip a week, on a week. You want 8 weeks in a row because that is the deep cleaning of the liver. Think of that as the spring cleaning.
And the rest of the week, you have to back it up.
Yeah, you can't go off the rails on your eating days. That's
the 72 hours and then staying strict throughout the other hours of the week.
Right.
And once you get in that groove, that's our goal for the summer. I would say by the end of the summer, we need to have one done.
Yep. We're going to get through that 8-week session. So look at your calendars, plan out 2 months, look at 2 months that you have to dedicate to your
And you don't have holidays. You don't have birthday parties. You don't have things that come into play that work against you.
And when we do that, just so you guys know, that's why Sunday works so good. We have family dinner Sunday afternoon, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we eat dinner on Wednesday. That leaves us Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go out to dinner, to have family functions, to socialize or whatever. Mondays and Tuesdays, we're teaching or online or on classes or whatever. Stay busy, plan your schedule accordingly. Make Monday, Tuesday nights be your busy nights.
Or whatever works for you. Yeah. I mean, that just works for us.
So
yeah, no, gotcha. Anything you want to add for where you're at?
Anything? No, I was just gonna say I decided for this week to do mostly a sardine fast, but I'm still drinking my coffee and eating butter bites. I'm not worrying about trying to cram it into a window. If I'm hungry, I'm eating. Yep. So today I had, coffee and a couple of butter bites in the morning. I don't know, around 11 or something, was hungry. So I went and got sardines, had one. Come 2 o'clock, it's like, I'm still hungry. So I went and got another sardines.
But that's right there. That's a good choice, though. You went and got another sardine. So you still stayed on plan, but you just varied it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kudos. That's awesome.
It's not crammed into a window. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I just,
you'll get there.
But it's like, I'm not concerned. It's just, that's working for me right now. So that's what I'm doing.
Good
job.
Deal. Good job. All right. What was your question, Rob? You said you had a question.
Yes. Before we joined up with you guys,
it was with Dr. Boz. It was for the
Keto Mojo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Keto Mojo.
Anyway, Linda got the Keto Mojo and she loves it. But before that, she was using the Fora
Care.
Yeah. Now, you were talking about you've got the links for the Keto Mojo. Is that program still going on to where you could trade in the Fora?
Yes. You can go in and trade it up. Oh, hang on, let me hit you while I talk to you. You can trade it up, or the other thing you can do is just use up all your Care strips. Don't waste them. Use those up, and then when you go to buy the new meter, if you want to hold on to your Care, because it's a good thing to have at least one in your household for the two of you to share if you can, because of uric acid. There's different things that you can check with the Care that you can't check with a Mojo. So if you have multiple units, trade all of them up, but keep one Care for yourself. But yes, those links will be over there. And if you can't find them, just call me or text me and I'll get them to you. But you can trade up. Or if you're to the point where you're going to hold on to that one and you just need more strips or a new unit, go in. They have that new program of where you go and trade over to that. And basically, if you buying the strips, you're basically getting the meter for free, and you get more strips from Mojo. So it's a better win, when you're going to be in it for the long haul. But I would recommend holding on to one ForaCare if you have.
Because you can test uric acid with a ForaCare unit.
If that ever becomes an issue, or any gout issues, anything like that, it's nice to be able to check that uric acid occasionally. Now, if it's no problem for you and you're not worried about it, then go ahead and move on. But it is a nice one to have one. We kept one. We have one going. But yes, if you don't find them, let me know and I'll send them to you directly. Yep. But again, just go over to journeytoketo.com and it should be over there in the groups or in the pages.
In the web page.
Tammy's favorites, I think it's under.
Hey, Tammy.
Yes.
Is there a time restriction on that for the trade-in if we decide to go that route, or is it like a...
That's from Mojo that carries that special. So if it's available, I'm happy to share it with you.
Okay,
if it's
cool.
not available, that would be their call.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was like before 4th of July, before Labor Day.
Not that I know of, but there could be something back there that I'm not sure of. But again, I would recommend keeping one of them per household. And you guys, it's no big deal sharing it once you both have a Mojo. Once you both are keeping your own numbers, it's no big deal. But I would keep one to share just for that uric acid.
One ForaCare unit. So that way you could test uric acid
if you want,
because the Keto Mojo unit does not test uric acid as of this time.
Gotcha. Are you recommending one Mojo tester per person?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because first of all, if you connect to the app will connect on your phone and it's going to have a mixed up reading.
It's going to check. It's going to check your readings.
That makes sense.
Then you're going to know your trends and where your problems are. And then the other thing is when you're my coaching people, it comes up on my patient portal. And the cool part of that is when you test at home, your chart comes up on my page over here. And the neat part, when we bring up the graphs, you can look at it and say like, okay, every Monday, my numbers are off the wall. What the heck's going on? And you're going to see those patterns. And if it's both of you mixed together, it's not going to be an accurate reading.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
But it's neat because sometimes you'll find out, hey, I eat normal on Sunday and Monday, I'm fine. But what happened? We're here to find out you have a faculty meeting or some kind of business meeting on Monday that stresses you out. That you're going to see what stress does to you. You're going to see what bad sleep does to you. Sunday nights, the family's over and you eat off the wagon. You're going to see patterns when it's just your numbers. You're going to be able to pick apart when you start really getting down the wire of that funnel of how tight are we needing to get your health goals met. That app is wonderful to be able to have a good night, Rebecca. Thanks for stopping. You're going to be able to manage your numbers. And if you're both mixed together, it's just hard.
It's a train wreck.
Yeah.
No, that makes total sense. I didn't realize that you're able to connect to the app and you could, that makes sense. I get you.
And the one bad thing is it's your Mojo meter is connected Bluetooth wise to your phone.
Don't do it at the same time.
Do not take your numbers at the same time because my machine downloaded her 2000 into mine. So that kind of like screwed up my graph. Not that my graph was great anyway.
We're saying all the mistakes that we've all made. So we're just telling you.
Let her take her numbers, scan them into her phone, then make sure her machine is off, and then you take your numbers.
Could you not share a single machine that way?
No.
Nope.
Is it somehow synced up with
Bluetooth?
Some kind of an ID or something? Okay.
Yep, it's Bluetooth, and honestly, if my machine will download her stuff if her machine is open.
The other thing too is if you're when you go to order strips, use that $20 off pro sign-in one that you sign in with. When you get the $20 off, it's basically you're just buying strips, and you get more strips on the Mojo strips than you do on the ForaCare ones, and they're cheaper. So you're basically getting the meter for free. So just use your ForaCare strips till they're gone. Then purchase do the $20 off kit, beginner kit,
bundle kit. And
then all you do is, as you buy the new strips, it's cheaper and cheaper because you're just buying the strips and you're never having to pay full price for that meter.
Right. No. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. I just wanted to, so obviously right now we're sharing the Fora and just swapping out strips, obviously, but,
and it's not,
we need to each have our own.
It's nice because it downloads it. When it downloads it into the app, it converts it your DBR right then and there. You don't have to do any math. It pops up DBR of this, glucose, ketones.
And I'm telling you, the graphs over here on my dashboard are so neat to be able to see because we can bring them up for months. You started a new job. What's your sleep doing? What's your stress doing? What's your food doing? You can look at the date you switch jobs and you're going to see the differences of what it's doing to your body. Depending on family days, cookout days, days you go eat in a restaurant, you can get it narrowed down to, oh my gosh, I just ate a ribeye. Yeah, but the seasonings and the spices and the oils that they cook on that ribeye, you're going to know what restaurants jack you up and which ones don't.
Yep.
You
can get really intuitive and get really information and geek out on it. I mean,
but it's so cool. But that's how you're going to learn to heal your specific problems. And when you need to, you have to.
And find trends and find, things that pop up.
It's a win. But journeytoketo.com, Tammy's favorites, it's underneath there. All those links should be there again. If there's any of the links not working, you're having any trouble, can't find it, whatever, just text me. I'll help you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Anybody struggling? Anything else we need? We haven't covered. I think we're good. You good over there?
Yep, I'm good over here.
All right, guys, please go into the group. Fill in under those accountability posts every morning. Take your first morning reading. That's the one that matters the most. Put it over there in the group so we can help. There's always going to be somebody behind you and always somebody in front of you. So either help somebody along or be the leader or whatever you need to do. But we just need to help each other through this tribe. Stay watching for the new app to get done and posted. And anybody wanting some coaching help, just let me know. Reach out. All right. We love y'all. Have a good night.